Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarure Gatere and I'm so glad to have you here. If this is your first time here, please feel free to peruse through all my other videos. I do videos on a bunch of different topics like veganism, natural living, my life choices like today's video, emotions, personal development, like a bunch of things. So I am so excited to have you here. So today's topic is an interesting one. If you've followed me on social media, especially on Facebook, you've seen me talk about this before. But a couple of weeks ago, it was actually like a week and a half ago, I was having a conversation with a friend. And this is someone who's been in my life for a while and was just asking me questions to do with this topic. And it was so interesting that even after everything I share, I guess some people still question like what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that I don't want to have kids. And I felt like it would be an interesting thing to share, you know, just to see, just to put this out there, and if anybody relates to it, or if there's someone that you meet in your life who feels the same way, maybe this can shed some insight into why they don't want kids. I know in the culture that I'm in, which is the Kenyan culture, it's not very common to meet people who don't want kids. It's kind of like the thing that everybody does, and especially the age I'm at. I'm turning 33 in January, and so like all of pretty much almost, well, let's say like what, 85% of my age mates have kids, if not more, or are looking to have kids. And so it's something that's strange. I know not a lot of people think the way I do, and the reactions that I get have ranged from indifference to really to okay, you're crazy, or something's wrong with you, maybe you should go for therapy. And so I'm going to do this in like a question and answer format, just to show you some of the questions that I get. Well, when I think about like most of my big decisions in life, especially those that are informed decisions that I come to because of my own experiences or questioning like authentically what I feel about a particular thing, it's always helped me so much to be able to find someone who feels the same way. It's like when it came to veganism, I became vegan because I found people who are vegan and I admired their lifestyles and learned from them. And so one of the reasons why I share is because maybe there's someone out there who's feeling the way I feel but hasn't had someone else voice their opinion, and so would feel like, okay, maybe something is wrong with me. And if I can just share and have someone not go through that like I have, I'm happy to do it. Another reason is I like to present a different way of life. You know, it's nice to present a different voice so that people can see that not necessarily every single person wants the same thing. And it's not a bad thing. You're not crazy, you're not bad, you're not traumatized. Maybe you are, but sometimes maybe you're not. You just really choose what you want. And it's also really good for me to be able to voice that I can choose. I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I love creating a life that just feels so authentic and so real and so good for me. This one always makes me laugh. The real reason is that I don't want kids. I mean, it's like I know that I don't want to eat meat, or I don't want to jump off a cliff. Not that having kids is anything like that, but like know inside myself that I don't want kids. The desire is just not there. And I'm not willing to put an innocent soul through the experience of having a mother who doesn't want them. Yeah. I don't dispute that I might have some nurturing qualities. I tend to be very nurturing when it comes to the people that I love, and I love the experience of being nurturing to people who are adults and are in my life, but I don't, like I said, have the desire to do that with a child. And just because someone looks like they would be a good mother, I don't think that's 100% sure that they would be. And again, I wouldn't want to inflict a reluctant mother on an innocent soul. I'm not afraid of having kids. Okay, to be honest, the aspect of childbirth is not something that I would want to experience, but it's not a fear thing. I'm not afraid of kids. I'm not afraid of having kids. I don't want them. I'm not traumatized. I'm not fearful. I feel empowered in my decision. Yeah, I'm not scared. I'm not scared at all. First of all, I don't like living in fear. I don't want to do something just because I'm afraid of not doing it, if that makes any sense. I'm not interested in living a life of fear. I'd rather live a life of powerful creation. And so if I get to a point in my life where I change my mind and I can't have kids, then that's that. Like, I'll have to deal with the consequences of my decision. And in that moment, I will remember that I stood in my truth at whatever moment it was. And to be honest, every decision that I've made when I'm standing in my authentic truth, I do not regret. I actually don't regret things. I feel like regret is it's a pointless thing. It's a pointless feeling. It's a pointless use of your energy, because what has happened and you can't change it, and so whatever. But if I get to the point that I feel like I want to have kids, there's so many children in this world who need parents. You know, I actually think that if I did change my mind, I'd want to adopt a child. I don't have the need to carry a baby, and I feel like in that way I'll have changed the life of a child or several children. You know, to me that makes more sense than having a baby of my own. I don't hate kids. I do not hate kids. I actually love kids. I love my nieces and nephews. I don't love being responsible for them, but I enjoy them. I enjoy the way they see life. I enjoy their energy. I enjoy their sweetness and their innocence. I love that. I love that about kids. And so I am happy to be an aunt. I'm happy to play with my nephews and nieces and to be there for them and cheer them on and see them grow up and be a loving presence in their life. I'm happy to guide them if they need guidance. I just don't need to do that with my own child. I feel like I'd be a nice aunt who can talk to kids when they're older on topics like sex and drinking or going out or self-love, or, you know, I feel like that to me feels more impactful, like being a presence in the kids' lives that they can come to, that's like a parent but not totally. To live? I mean, I know that I stand against what women usually want or look for or, you know, seek for. Most women, because I have met other women who don't want kids. But I don't think that makes me any less of a woman, and I wouldn't want my purpose to be tied to another being. And that's not to say that I don't appreciate what motherhood is. Motherhood is one of the most important things in the world. It's beautiful. I mean, where would we be without our mothers? You know, I admire the mothers that I have in my life, who are my friends, my sisters, my mom herself, my aunt. I appreciate what that means, and I see its importance, and it's beautiful, but it's just not for me. And my purpose is to be me, and that's not me. So I'm happily going to live my life. There's a lot more that I can do. We've seen childless women do amazing things. You don't have to be a mother to be relevant or amazing or impactful. That's one of the ways that you can be amazingly impactful, but it's not necessarily the only way that a woman can be. I hope to touch lives with the things that I put into the world. That's my purpose, to just express myself as me and hopefully touch a few lives as I do that. Oh, the danger of I wouldn't want to have kids just so they can take care of me. Like, that's so mean. I don't know. I can't know what's going to happen at the end of my life. I have family, I have friends, I have people who love me. Maybe they will love me enough to take care of me. I don't know. I don't want anybody to take care of me in my old age. But I feel like that's something that can be taken care of. You know, I don't know. That's not a guarantee either way, even if you have kids. I think a lot of shit can happen in this world. I could die even before I need to be taken care of. That's the thing. Life is so, I don't know. And for me, I'm not willing to risk, like, to me it doesn't make sense to have kids so they can take care of me, you know. Plus I feel like I do have a family. I am creating a family with my blood relatives and chosen family members, and I feel like there are people who would have my back. But either way, I don't live my life ensuring myself to be taken care of. To me, that doesn't also make sense. I'll face it when I do, but that's not a reason to have kids. A good question, because it can happen. First of all, I would never knowingly enter a relationship with someone who wants kids. I mean, just because, how do you compromise between someone who wants kids and someone who doesn't want kids? It's not like you can have half a baby or a part-time baby. You know, you have to, it's either you have it or you don't, and in that case, one person goes without what they want. So I'd never knowingly enter a relationship with someone who wants kids. That's really, really important to me. I would never do that. But say I get into a relationship with someone and they eventually change their mind and they want kids, I think it would be a deal breaker, like, because I never want to stand in the way of what someone wants. I feel like that would be so selfish. I wouldn't want to change their mind, and as painful as it would be, I'd just let them go and let them have what they want. Or if within the relationship, because sometimes I feel like I would be open to a polyamorous situation. I don't know, I'm questioning whether I would be. And if I am, then maybe they can go have a kid with someone else and us guys just continue on. I don't know. There are ways to work around that. I'd be willing to either let them go or maybe create a situation where they get what they want and we can still be together. I don't know. I'd have to be in that situation to see. And so that's a list of some of the questions that I get when I talk about this. And I mean, I just want to say, I never judge people who want kids. You know, I feel like we're all different and we want different things, and it's beautiful. We should all get to create the lives that we want, the lives that feel the best for us. And so I'm always happy to celebrate a kid for someone who wants one, you know, and I'm happy to celebrate my friends' choices or people's choices. Like, that's a beautiful thing to create a life. I can imagine if I really wanted it, I would find it the most amazing thing. It is amazing to create a life. And just because I don't want it doesn't mean that I feel like it's bad or ridiculous or stupid. I love it when people do them, you know, like just do you and be happy. And yeah, that's it. So if you don't want kids, don't feel like you're strange, don't feel like you're awful or bad or something's wrong with you. You are who you are because you are. And so just express who you are into the world and live in your truth and love that about yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to share this with anyone who also doesn't want kids and maybe feels like they're crazy. And or, you know, just to open a discussion with people, feel free please to share this with your friends, family, anybody. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and ding the notification bell below. You can also follow me on my social media. I'll put the links in the description. And I'm sending you so much love wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Take care.